been practicing.
Was that your squeaky door noise?
No, that was my Gwen Stefani impression.
Yeah, that was. I mean, you've been practicing it.
I have been, because I heard through the grapevine. Sorry, my demon's out again. I had soda.
Sody pop.
Sody pop. No, I heard through the grapevine that her and old Blake Shelton might be getting the kit and caboodle.
Oh, yeah.
Now that is a tabloid story. I don't know if that's true or not. I'll have to call her tomorrow and ask.
Yeah. Are you all besties?
Yeah.
I really like No Doubt. I don't know how I felt about Gwen by herself though.
I'll be honest. I really haven't liked her since Bananas. What was that called? What was that song called?
I think it was Bananas.
No, it wasn't Bananas.
This shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
What's not the name of the song? Shit is bananas.
It's kind of like when Darius Rucker left Hootie and the Blowfish. Just shouldn't have happened.
But look at him doing things now. You know who else gets on my nerves?
His country music makes me want to puke.
Honest
I
to
am a
goodness.
die-hard Hootie fan all day.
Yeah.
I love Darius's voice, but the pandering and all that shit, like, damn.
Unpopular opinion.
Why?
I really, really, really hated his rendition of Wagon Wheel.
It was
prefer
fucking
Old
awful.
Crow Medicine Show.
Old
100%.
Crow Medicine Show. I'm like such an OG fan of
Yeah.
theirs. We go way back.
I
I've
heard
been to
it
many
and
of
I just
their
kind of
shows.
stood there with my mouth open. I was just like,
Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel.
And then you got that basic rock me in the background. No, leave it to the folk men.
Hey,
Leave it to the mountain men.
Mama, rock me.
That was better, in all honesty. But you know who else gets on my nerves? And this is probably also an unpopular opinion.
Oh, tell me.
Dax.
Who?
Dax.
I don't even fucking know who that is.
I just found him, and it did not take long for
My
me.
music range is like mid 90s to mid 2000s.
It's true,
Yeah.
with a little sprinkling of double aught in there.
Yeah.
But no, the sad part is my dad likes him. We'll call it. I don't know if he's classified as Christian rap.
Excuse me.
I don't know if that. I don't like. He's a hip hop artist, but he is kind of the blue collar. I don't even know how you would describe him. I don't know what his label is.
This is a funny fact that you don't know.
Okay.
Colby, mine and Colby's first date, one of our first dates, was to a Christian rock concert.
Who was it?
I can't remember. It's a local band, and I will never go see them again.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Were they bad or just
it was so cringe. Like, I can't.
on a scale of 1 to 1,000-foot crutch hurt? Where did it land?
Well, like, I was okay with a little bit of Reliant K, but I'm a hymn girl. Like, whenever I'm worshiping, I want it to be a hymn. If it's not Amazing Grace, I don't want it. And like whenever I hear any other kind of music, like it doesn't give me that spiritual feeling that I feel.
Oh, a hymnal.
Yeah.
A hymnal.
Yeah.
I thought you meant him, like the band.
I haven't listened to them since high school.
I'd never listened to him because, they taught us in church not to listen to him because it was sacrilegious. But I thought that's who you meant. No, hymnals.
No, hymnals.
No, okay.
Yeah.
No, hymns.
So I don't like the
lost.
updated stuff.
No, the modern.
I'm not into it.
Contemporary Christian.
There's some music that will get the hairs raising on your arms either way, like the certain notes and all that stuff and counts. Like there's a science to it.
Mm-hmm.
But like whenever it comes to Jesus, if it ain't in the book in the back of the pew, I don't want none of it.
None of it. I say.
Oh God.
Yeah, you know how they get up there. Actually, I will say, so I've been going to church with my parents, right?
Yeah.
And I've not exploded yet. I will say this, and I highly, highly, highly doubt any of them listen to this. Okay, and I sure as God hope not, because if they do, because that church is full of state troopers.
Yeah.
Okay, it's where all the state troopers go.
Yeah.
I will say, for a Southern Baptist church, it is probably the most welcoming and friendly place I've ever been in my entire life. And they don't hoot and holler. He's not up there like, you foreign brimstone. You know how they they have to get the reverse sneezes.
Yeah.
When they're up there screaming at people.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that. I have learned more from this man in the handful of times that I've gone with mom and dad than I think I have my entire religious background.
I feel like if you slowed Metallica down and took the music away and you just had lead vocals, that it would sound like a Southern Baptist preacher.
Wherever I may roam.
Nothing else matters.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. So shout out to them. They're great. They do not go to the typical stereotype of Southern Baptist.
I've heard there's a lot more churches around here that are becoming more accepting of everybody. I know a lot of the churches that I tested out most recently, which was still years ago, at that point, I think I might have had 2 tattoos. Yeah. And I was still getting the stare down. Yeah. And now I can't even walk in the dollar store without somebody thinking I'm going to take something.
Right. Well, you do look like a convict, let's be honest. I love it.
I like it.
I love it. It suits you.
Yeah.
You look very much like you belong in Arkham Asylum, and that's where I'm trying to get with my
I feel like I belong in my own skin. We were talking about tattoos earlier, and the more tattoos I get, the more I love the skin that I'm in.
Yeah.
And once I got that belly tat, I let it hang out all the time now.
Right.
That belly's out all the time.
And I can't wait to get one because
I get so many compliments.
Yeah. And that's why it doesn't get under my skin because anymore I don't care because they're there. They're not coming off. People that are like, oh my God, you're out there painting the barn and it looks like shit up there. Okay, bruh. There are not very many things in this world that make me feel decent about myself, but the art I have on my body, however bad it may be, because some of them are shitty. They're stories and they're fun and they make me feel
being able to choose.
Pretty. Yeah, it's my story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I created it, and I love it, and it makes me feel happy. And the same way with my septum piercing, too. Like I told you, it feminizes my face a lot, and people are like, "Oh my God, take it out." But then everyone else is complimenting me. It's only it's the boomers that
people don't say shit to me. You just gotta look meaner.
Well, normally people don't approach me at all because I look like one of those Easter Island heads, and that's what my face looks like all the time. I look like Squidward's house. So people usually
when you have your dissociated
when my mask is off
on, yeah, I could see it
when I'm not masking. Yeah, when everything is gone and I'm inside my own head. Yeah, I'm Squidward's house. So if you ever see me looking like Squidward's house, there's nothing wrong.
Yeah, just leave it alone.
Just snap a couple times. Maybe smack a pot somewhere.
She's turned to stone.
Yeah, just give it a minute. It's like the tin cans not the Tin Man's oil can. You gotta and just squirt it in there. Squirt on me and I'll be fine.
Yeah. You need to get squirted on.
Yeah. Honest to goodness. But anyway.
All the single ladies. All the single ladies. All the single ladies. All the single ladies.
I got my armpits waxed. Both hands are up, but my armpits are waxed.
If he thinks Bex is hot,
shut
at
up.
her.
No, God, no. Just don't do that. Don't do that.
If you would like her to tickle your fancy.
Stop it. No. You know what's sad? I think I heard this from somebody the other day. I'm like, I don't do it because I've gotten banned off of all of the dating apps. I'm banned off of all of them. I cannot use any of them for various reasons. But so I can't use any of those. But somebody told me that for our generation, like the millennials and stuff, they gave Facebook dating to us. And I'm like, what? I'm like, first of all, Facebook has a dating thing?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
It is a thing. And I've known a couple people to do it, mainly my ex-husband.
Oh, no.
And as he was trying to date a little bit, he was like, this app is fucking awful.
Well, and I just
That's the relationship I have with my ex-husband. We're like besties. Well, it's fine.
Yeah. It's just like, no. No. You know what? I'm out on the porch. Drive by. Yeah. That's the easiest way. Send a carrier pigeon.
Lord. Send the
carrier
pigeon.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I need a handwritten sentiment.
Yeah, you get a note like that just flies through your door frame one
Like
day.
those Harry Potter
The howler, or what are they called?
well, not the howler. Well, I guess they could be howlers, but I don't want them to be mean.
Yeah.
Lord knows I get
Unless
them
it was
those.
like a
Stop.
oh yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to destroy. You just blew out the speaker. I'm gonna listen. That poor microphone. Oh, I can't afford to replace that yet. Don't blow that out.
We'll give it to the guests when they come.
You get the one that crew
Yeah.
moaned into
Y'all
and blew
complain
out.
about my microphone being crackly on Fortnite all the time, but like when I get upset, like I be screaming though.
Yeah, listen. You know, it's
I
probably a
bet
good thing
I
people
probably
can't hear us.
maxed it out.
Yeah. Good God. No. So how's your week been? Are your labia okay?
My labia is fine.
Are they where they belong, or
Yeah.
are they dragging behind you still?
Not yet. Not yet. Now I have coughed a little bit, so the hemorrhoids are questionable. But
are they clapping?
sometimes, yeah.
Oh,
But
wow.
that might just be this fat ass too.
the cake factory.
The cake, that's what it was called.
Cake factory.
I went and got a tattoo earlier.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I knocked into this dude's shit with my ass, and he
He
said,
said-
"You gotta watch where you put that cake factory."
And she did. You knocked a drawing off the wall. Those push pins in your ass. I was like, oh my
And
God.
I barely touched it. I thought I was doing okay.
I know, and I'm sitting there like, can you not? Because he's trying to like put it on me, and it's going to be crooked. So if my shit's crooked, it's probably your fault. But that's fine. It's fine. So yeah,
We have matching tattoos now.
we do.
Yeah.
That probably means. Well, no, we already had our divorce, so I think
Yeah.
we're done.
Yeah. I hear people that get remarried are pretty happy. So,
Usually,
yeah, whenever they both grow and decide to come back together.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what we did.
Oh, look at us.
Look at
Are we
that.
remarried? Did we just get married?
I think so.
Okay.
All right, solid. Nobody else wants to marry me.
I'm right here, bitch.
That's true. That's true. Do they? Excuse me.
I'm trying to find you somebody too.
No. Well, that's a long way.
We're not talking about marriage
No, not in the least. Why are we talking about me? And no,
because you're hot.
I really am. I had to take my
hot
shirt
commodity.
off because I was.
I'm sitting
very
here looking
hot.
at Bex with her tits out.
It was hot. I got sweaty and I had to take my shirt off. You're lucky I have a bra on. Honestly.
I don't know if that's luck or not.
Well, there ain't much to look at.
I want to see that ass shelf is what I want to see. Can I take pictures with it?
Yeah.
Thumbs
No,
up.
well, you know those.
Tongue out.
Well, no, because what mini brands and all that shit's popular now, so we can. She's died.
Oh my God.
We could put the little foods on it. They make little fish tanks.
Mm.
Yeah, I have a little bookshelf right there. We can put books on it.
That Dr. it's Mr. Pibb went up my nose.
That's not where that goes.
Let's try one more time. When you said mini brands, I saw a whole picture.
Of my ass with
In
many
my
brands
head.
in it.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was interesting.
that's a whole new what do you call it? A whole new take on the garbage pail kids.
A whole new world
A brand new place.
where Becky's shelf is adorned with food.
Oh no.
Where you can pick a beer, have no fear. They're really tiny.
Shut up. Fucking sushi.
Susie Suze.
Oh, that hurt. She dragged
Oh.
that across.
Oh. The
Sushi,
baby.
just sit over there and quit getting into shit.
Shh. Can't have no guests here, man.
No, she's the
You're
worst.
gonna have to sit outside, Sush.
I'm gonna take you back to the dumpster. Go eat your food.
She's mad because I took a shit in her bathroom.
You didn't let her cover it up.
That's what it was. I flushed it.
Um,
I didn't share her litter box.
God, a whole new world. Well, you know, I lay in bed at night and I'm just like, how did I get here? And then I'm like, I'm so glad I'm here.
It's really great.
It is. So, you remember how I said I was going to go to the gynecologist this week?
Honey, tell me how that visit went. How did you prop out with your broken shit?
They had to modify. We had to do like...
Did you have one straight leg and one bent leg?
We had to do kind of like a reverse cowgirl kind of situation. It was bad.
Yeah.
But I will say, which, those doctor's appointments are just not in any way, shape, or form fun to begin with. And it's gross. And I'm having this ultrasound done, right? And I'm gimping in, and she's like, "Oh, honey, what'd you do?" I'm like, "Ma'am, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you." I was like, "I cannot bend my leg. Like, I can't scoot down to get into these stirrups. Like, we're going to have to figure something out." She goes, "Oh, no, honey, I'll get it in there somehow."
Oh, my God.
I said, "Oh, okay." She goes, "Go ahead and get your stuff off. I'll be back in a minute. Do the best you can." I said, "Okay." And she's very sweet. She's very nice, very welcoming. She reminded me a lot of a very young Paula Deen, kind of very grandma. She was great.
Did she call you the N-word?
No, no, she didn't.
Not Paula in that way, then.
No, she was the good Paula, butter Paula, not gross Paula.
So much butter.
And that's why she's on the Ozempic now.
Oh.
But, no, so I get in there, and I'm like, oh, God. So I have to, like, take my braces off and everything to, like, get my pants off, because it was laundry day, and I didn't have any shorts, so I had to wear leggings. So it was a full, and she knocked twice. I'm like, "I'm slow, I'm sorry." She goes, "Oh, you're fine, I'm just making sure." And I'm like, she's
like, "Bitch, I'm an hour and a half behind already."
It's like, oh my God, this idiot. So finally I get in there, and I'm sitting there with my ass out, They give you that cute little drape, but my wide load ass, like, they ain't enough drape. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay. And she's like, "Now, can you, I'm like, "You're going to have to help me. Like, I can't do it." And it was great. Like, she kept me covered. This woman never broke eye contact with me. She never looked down, and she got me on that mess. Right. And we get me situated, and I'm kind of hanging off one leg. Like, we're spread eagle, but it's a mess.
Yeah.
Right. And
Did you tell her you've never had dick before?
Kristen. No, I didn't tell her that. I did not lead with that. My God.
I thought the full government name was going to come out. The way you looked at me.
No, I did not lead with that. Excuse me, ma'am. I've never had a appendage inside of me. No, but she...
Oh my God.
Crying out loud. No, she pulls the wand thing out of the warmer, I guess, and she squirts. She's like, and it's the characteristic, like,
oh my God.
Like, squirts lube all over the thing. And the pile of lube on it's like a good 2 inches tall. And she's holding it up, and she goes, "Do you think this is enough?" I said, "Ma'am, it's the Sahara. You might need the whole tube." She laughed so hard as she thunder punched that ultrasound wand clear to through my cervix.
Get it in there, man.
I tasted it. That's how far she got it up in there.
Yeah.
But she never broke eye contact with me, and hit it on the first go, right in. Whew. And it did. I was just like, it was.
You feel like a slug after that.
Yeah.
Have you ever coughed after one?
Yeah, I did. No, I coughed during it, and then she had to retake 3 pictures. So, but we had a whole conversation. She's just elbow deep and inside of me, taking pictures of my insides and all this mess. And finally, she's like, "Okay, we're done." And with the plop, it comes back out.
Yeah.
And it took 3 of them damn bed sheets because she literally used that much shit. I'm trying to not skate off. And so she leaves. I get all my shit together.
Slip and slide.
Literally, I'm like, "Ma'am, could have left a mop or a Swiffer or something, maybe some of them grippy socks,
sponge, anything.
Something." I'm walking out with paper towels on my feet, trying not to slip. I get all my shit on. I'm going down, and they take me back, go to the room, and I'm sitting there waiting, blah blah blah. And then the doctor comes in and is reading all my stuff, tells me I'm perfect, most beautiful uterus she's ever seen.
Beautiful vagina.
Yeah. And I'm like, and then she showed me all my follicles. I have eggs.
Oh,
I was like, "Look at them. I'm not infertile. They're there."
There they are.
Yeah, I had 6 out, which is really good for my age. believe it or not. Because at fun fact, in the fertility world, at age 34, your eggs are considered compromised. So we're rotten. Well, your fridge is empty. I'm rotten almost.
My fridge been empty. As soon as I turned 30 and they'd let me get that motherfucker out, I took it out.
Yeah, I was so disappointed when she told me like I didn't have any sign. And this is terrible to say, but like
you were just hoping for an answer though.
Well, she said there's nothing wrong. And I'm like, damn it, I really wanted hysterectomy. But I'm not. Well, and
she can't see endo on a ultrasound though.
But yeah, but the whole purpose, that's not even, we don't even care about the results. Everything's fine. The funny part is you know how I said I had that huge ass bush, right?
Yeah.
And because we had this discussion before, the night before, I was just like, I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to pomade it, maybe bouffant, give it some rollers.
What'd you go with?
Well, I got really self-conscious and just weed whacked it off.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
The razor burn.
Oh, it's terrible.
Honey.
But I did it.
Ugh.
And she was able to get through the thicket. But what was ridiculous is like I feel stupid now because she never even looked.
Didn't even look.
She didn't look. She never even lifted the sheet up. I know. I could have kept. I could have kept that. I was saving that for a sweater.
You could have kept it, and we could have like made a dread or something out of it.
I could have locked it, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, so that was my trip.
That sounds like an adventure.
Yeah, and it's just I'm so sick of going to doctors. I've had enough. Enough, bro.
I stopped going. I know that's bad. I don't suggest go to your doctors, whatever.
Yeah, do it. If you got insurance, do it. If you ain't got insurance, figure it out if you have to. I didn't have it for a long time. I
used to doctor all the time. I was at the doctor all the time because I was born sick.
Yeah. I was born sick, but I love it.
Do I? Amen.
I love that man's voice.
Amen.
I can't go that low. But so part of the fun, I guess, with having to go to so many stupid appointments and a lot of sit around and wait, I've got to do a lot of reading.
Yes.
Reading. And I'm like, I used to love to read when I was a kid, and like I put it away because school, you when you're reading 36,000 articles every 2 hours, it's just it's a lot, and I swore, I was like, I will never read again after this. Like, I can't do it. All the signs, it's just ruined me.
I've had a really hard time getting back into it.
Yeah, but I've really like picked it back up because I can't do anything. Like, all the stuff that I want to do requires full use of my leg, and I can't. I'm very limited, so like I'm doing a lot of sitting, so like I'm reading and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So with that being said, what's your favorite book? Give me some recommendations because I'm flying through everything I have. Well,
the one that, and the thing is, you have to remember that I am autistic. Let me pull up my Kindle real quick. I am autistic and I really enjoy learning. But something that I've been obsessed with my whole life because of what I grew up in was psychology. And one of my favorite books that has really kind of like saved me from myself in a way is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Yeah, that's
Mark
a good
Manson. That book really changed my outlook on the people-pleasing issue.
Yeah.
That I've had my whole life. Being brought up in a narcissistic home and being able to take claim to my own emotions and how I feel about myself instead of other people's. And I highly suggest that one. That is like top 10. On my current reading list, though, I've just started the Zodiac Academy. I like it so
What
far.
is that? What is that? Is it like young adult? Is that okay? I love young adult though. That genre is that subsection has always been one of my favorites.
Yeah. What's your like top favorite?
Oh God. So like that's hard because like I love books. Like it's because when I was a kid, like I was a military brat, so I never had a chance to make friends or do anything because we moved every year. So I never and
you're an only child.
And I'm an only child, so I was very lonely growing up. But I think probably as an adult right now, and this is going to sound terrible and very cliche, but right now, I just finished the ACOTAR series with a Crown of Court. Oh, shit. A Court of Thorns and Roses.
I've been wanting to read those.
I have them all if you want them.
Yeah, I'd love that.
I love it. They're like her. She's a very good writer. I just finished that series. The newest one's getting ready to come out, but I just started her other series. She's got like 4 or 5. Like she's got a ton.
Yeah.
But there's another like Throne of Glass series is what I just started, and I was
trying to look those up whenever I was at the library last, which
the first
I would
one,
love
you
to
could
take
it with you. Yeah.
But they were always out.
Yeah.
And
well, they're like.
It also, like, it was really confusing because where she has so many series, I'm like, oh, wait, which one's the first book? Like,
right.
What? I was so confused.
Right. But those are super good. I'm trying to think. There's another book that I really loved. It was kind of pivotal for me when I was coming to terms with the fact that I was gay. And what's funny enough, it started as a fan fiction from the 100. I don't know if you ever watched that show. But anybody that knows that show, the relationship between Clark and Lexa was the first, like, for me, was the first open lesbian relationship I saw on national television.
Okay.
Like, it was on CN or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. But it was a mainstream show with 2 queer women. And I was just like, oh my God. Right.
That's
and so
allowed.
like I got obsessed with it because I was just like, oh my goodness, like
Listen, we
right?
saw Janet Jackson's titty and
I did. I
loose.
saw her titty. I was there for that. But literally so like that relationship, a lot of people did a lot of fan fiction around it. And I found a girl on AO3, which is Archive of Our Own, which is a big nerd platform for writing fan fiction and all that sort of stuff. But I found her on there, and she had done a full novel. Like this book was like 400. This short story was 400 pages.
Wow.
And I read it on there, and I don't think I have ever in my life been so emotionally impacted by something.
Oh, wow.
Like, well, so she did that, and I started talking to her, and she ended up sending it to me. I have the original file, but she published it. But she had to change the names and stuff, for copyright reasons. But she published it, and you can get it on Amazon now, and it's called The Art of Us.
Okay.
And I sob through the whole thing. No, it's wrenching. Like it really, but it's good.
Yeah.
And it is probably one of the most solid pieces of lesbian fiction I've ever read in my life.
Okay.
And I am doing my best to find, I think her name is Catherine. Like, of course, now that I'm looking at it, I can't find it. Hold on. It'll play right up because
I haven't had, once I had kids, I get so distracted so easy. It's been so hard for me to read.
Right. But now they're getting older and they're starting to do it too.
Right. Yeah. So I've been having to knock on their door and be like, hey, will you come hang out with me?
Yeah, I love that.
It's really switched for sure.
Excuse me. Here it is. Her name is K.L. Hughes.
K.L. Hughes.
Mm-hmm. And it's called The Art of Us. It's just, oh my goodness. It's one of the best stories I've ever read. Yeah. And I have a hard copy of it. But it is not currently in my possession. I'm waiting to get it back.
Oh, okay.
So, but it is just, it's incredible. Truly one of the best things I've ever read. Hands down. Yeah. But I'm also a big horror. I'm a big whore.
You big whore.
I'm a horror fan.
You're a horror fan.
I'm a horror. Well, no, I am a horror fan. But, so there's this, so I'm on the horror side of book talk, I guess, whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah.
And I found this book, and I am one of those people, the nastier, the better. The more gore, like, I want it gross.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, I want to feel like I need a shower when I'm done. If I'm going to read it, like, and we owe that to my mom. Thank you, Mom, for instilling that psychopathic tendency in me. But, so I found this book on Book Talk, and it's called The Playground.
Oh.
And there are not a lot of
Do they rip apart little kids?
Yeah. That's the first book I read 3 pages and I put it down and I deleted it from my Kindle.
Oh, wow.
And it is the nastiest, most oh my God. It puts like Saw and Hostel to shame, and it's children.
Oh.
And like the particular scene that that really did it for me. There is no way on earth that I could possibly read it out loud because I cannot say it without vomiting.
Yeah.
1000% cannot say it. And we would get arrested probably if we read it out loud. If you want to know what it is, I will gladly show you the page numbers and you can on your own time figure out what it is. It is the most disgusting thing I've ever read in my life. And this man has children and I don't know how.
Oh my
like,
God.
I don't know how. But, you know, like I got this because they challenged me that I wouldn't be able to handle it. So of course I had to go get it.
Yeah.
They're like, you're not going to be able to read this book. Like, it's the nastiest thing ever, blah, blah, blah. And like, I saw multiple TikToks where it was like that. And I'm like, no, it's that bad.
Oh no.
It is that bad. Like, I kind of want to give it to you just to get a live reaction on some of it.
I can't. I can't.
Well, the part that ruins it is not, it's not kids. It's 2 adult women. It's an incestuous relationship. Actually, it's the nastiest thing I've ever. I hate it. I literally deleted it. I don't even want record that I've bought it. Like, that's how nasty it is. So if you like splatterpunk, that's the genre, is splatterpunk.
Interesting.
Aaron Beauregard's The Playground, and there's a whole fucking series.
Oh my.
So if you really want to rot in hell, go read those. Yeah, it's just, I literally cannot read it without puking.
I used to be able to do Sick and Twisted, but then my life took a sick and twisted turn.
Well, and I thought so too. Because I thought this is beyond.
Yeah.
It is beyond. Yeah. It's Saw with children. Like, and I
can't do that.
No, and I didn't know that. I didn't know it had to do with kids when I bought it. I want my $3 back.
Yeah.
I want it back, sir. I think you can request refunds on Kindle. I probably am going to do it. I want my $3 back. But yeah. So I'm sticking with the fantasy and the fairies and the elves right now.
Yeah. Going back to the good world.
Going back to the subtle art of not giving a fuck.
There you go.
Have you read The Body Keeps the Score?
No, I haven't.
That's a good one too. I used to have it, but I think somebody stole it too.
I've been like, any of the most popular books, and it's the same with music and the same with movies, like, my brain doesn't tick like everybody else's. No. And I think that's, I avoid the ones that are popular, and that's one of the ones that I've seen so many times. Yeah. And I'm like, if it tickles those people's fannies, then it's probably something I already know.
Well, and I read it at a recommendation, which, funny enough, the biggest narcissist in my life is the one that that recommended it to me.
Interesting.
Well, it was in my life. And I read it, and it's a difficult read just because it's very technical, because the guy that wrote it is German.
Okay.
So he it's kind of dense in how it reads, but it's good. Yeah. Like, it made me aware of like how my body processes and holds trauma.
Yeah.
It was good, but it's dry. Yeah. It took me a minute to get through it.
Like the begots in the Bible, dry.
Yeah. Like numbers dry. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So but you know,
I like the ones with personality. Like, if I can't read it as if Anthony Bourdain was reading it to me, I don't want to read it.
Right, yes. Yeah.
Whenever I was a kid, my favorite children's book that I read whenever I was and it's one that I will always remember. It was about a little girl who grew up in a rough home and saw a lot of shit she shouldn't have saw. It was called Harley Like a Person. And, like, I remember telling so many people about this book. Like, I've never felt understood until I read that book.
Never heard of it.
And I would like to reread it.
As an adult.
As an adult and see, because I think that maybe that could help me love that little girl that read that book the first time a little more.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to go back and read that. If anybody else has read that, let me know what you think.
Is it one of those, like, A Child Called It kind of situations?
I think so.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
They really just let us read anything.
Yeah. They let us read a lot of abuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I don't understand why, but
I don't know either.
yeah, because that Child Called
Like
It,
The Bridge to Terabithia too,
Yeah.
and like all that
book
shit.
stuck with me.
That
Hot dog situation stuck with me for years. I still can't eat hot dogs because of that. But whew. But yeah, so we've been doing a lot of reading. Well, I've been doing a lot of reading. You've been doing things.
All the things.
Which leads into the segue. It's summertime.
It is summertime. The kids are out of school.
Kids are out of school.
My free time got cut into like an eighth of what it normally is, but it's because I enjoy my children. I'm so happy they're home.
Yeah, and it's time.
Yeah.
And it's time. And it's time to spend time with them while you have the chance. And I'm getting ready to have surgery.
Yeah.
So we've decided we're going to take a little mid-season break. And enjoy the summer and enjoy time with families. We're not going anywhere. We will just not be putting out weekly episodes for just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. We'll be back when it gets closer. Kids getting ready to go back to school and things open up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to heal and recover, and you're trying to heal and recover and be a mom and work and
find enjoyment.
Yeah.
Alongside all those things.
Yeah. So you'll still be hearing from us. You'll see us on Facebook. We'll do stupid shit and still interact with everybody. And this gives everyone a good chance to catch up on what you missed. You got 14 episodes to choose from, and I know you ain't listened to all of them.
Yeah. So catch up and enjoy your summer, and we will be back soon.
And we will. And we love you all, and we thank you all for being on the ride with us so far. We can't wait for more.
Peace, love, and labias.
Okay, bye.